What's a movie fact you know that pretty much no one else knows? The theme song from Mission Impossible spells out MI in Morse code in repeat. In the first Shrek movie, Lord Farquaad is removing all the fairy tale creatures from the swamp. He wants Shrek's home too. In the old DVD extras they explain it's because he wants to build a theme park there. It's not explained at all in the movie. In Contagion, the autopsy performed on Gwyneth Paltrow used a prop head that was originally made for the finale. Of 7, the latter decided against showing what was in the box, and thus, years later it was repurposed. In other words, we finally got to see what was in the box. In Edward Scissorhands, the version shown to critics and reviewers contained a scene that got cut from the final theatrical version. The scene was during the opening when the grandmother starts telling her story to the little girl. Essentially, it made it clear that everything we are seeing in Edward's story is not as it actually occurred, but rather we're peering inside the little girl's imagination, seeing how she's interpreting what her grandmother is telling her. This brings whole new meaning to things like the way the houses are painted, how all the dads leave for work at exactly the same time, and the quirkiness of how everyone behaves. Once you know that this scene exists, you see the movie in a very different way. Much of what we think of a Tim Burton weirdness is actually childlike imagination once you know. So, go watch it again. It's not a whole new movie, but it feels and comes across in a whole new way. When filming the rooftop scene in The Departed, a giant inflatable Arthur the Aardvark on top of a nearby children's museum would have dominated the background of many of the shots. The museum graciously agreed to temporarily deflate and remove Arthur. The original choice for Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story was Billy Crystal. He turned it down and went on to say it was one of the biggest mistakes of his career. When the opportunity to voice Mike in Monsters, Inc. came up, he jumped at it, as he didn't want to make the same mistake twice. Anthony Hopkins is an incredible mimic. Throughout his career, he's looped, post-production sound re-recording many well-known co-stars who were unavailable for re-recording sessions. He's never taken credit for this. In Pixar's Coco, the boy who was going to play Miguel hit puberty, changing his voice. The people in charge replaced him with someone younger. The original boy got a cameo where he is the guy working the stage asking him if he's ready to go on. In Aliens, after the first encounter with the aliens, as the Marines are retreating, there is a scene where they get in the troop carrier, and as they are getting ready to leave, an alien tries to get in. Hicks picks his shotgun off the deck, jams it in the alien's mouth, yells, "Eat this," and blows it away. That whole scene was shot backwards because the actor, Michael Biehn, couldn't perform the move properly. So it was shot backwards, played in reverse, and then sound dubbed over it. Robert Englund, Freddie Krueger, originally auditioned to be Luke Skywalker, but didn't get the role. He told his roommate Mark Hamill to go try out instead. The Emperor's New Groove was the first Disney movie to show a pregnant woman on screen. The couple kissing in Hook as Peter and Tinkerbell fly over them are George Lucas and Carrie Fisher. In Wayne's World, when Wayne plays Stairway to Heaven and the store clerk points to a sign that says "No Stairway to Heaven," the audience is led to believe the clerks banned the song because they were tired of hearing it. However, the actual song was supposed to be featured in the movie, but Led Zeppelin's PR people pulled the plug at the last minute. So when Wayne says, "No stairway," denied, that's what he means. Annie, 1982. Carol Burnett. And apropos to this tale, Albert Finney. The scene where we first meet Daddy Warbucks. Albert Finney. He's looking at the Mona Lisa and tells the servants to take her away. Then he changes his mind saying, "She has an interesting smile. I could get used to that smile. Hang her in the bathroom." The joke here is that the first owner after Leonardo died was King Francis I of France, who had her hanging in his bathing room. Leslie Nielsen was an Oscar-nominated Western actor before he did Airplane. On the set, people were intimidated by him because of his status. But they had no idea that he was the set prankster. He's actually buried with a fart machine that he used to carry around to mess with people. John Candy was paid less than $500 to appear as Gus Polinski in Home Alone. The movie Dead Zone and Christmas Story were being filmed only a couple miles away from each other. At the same time, both productions were waiting for snow so they could film. It was unusually snowless winter. Finally, late in the season, there was a significant snowfall. The scene where Sheriff Bannerman arrives at Johnny's house is being filmed at the exact moment of the tongue to the flag pole scene. Elle Woods has a different hairstyle in every scene in Legally Blonde. The whole of Eurotrip was filmed in Prague, even the US scenes. Cary Elwes broke his toe on a four-wheeler during filming The Princess Bride. He was worried Rob Reiner might fire him, so he kept it a secret. He worked the scenes before the fire swamp to make his character kind of nonchalant, but really he couldn't put much weight on his foot.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.